I don't really like having my picture taken. I don't like being on camera, so I'm going to try to not really mess this up all too much. No, she didn't. She had a very, very healthy pregnancy throughout the entire process for at least the last 8 months or so anyway. I can't really recall a single time that she was sick. She doesn't really thrash around in the bed when she's sleeping. I know that she's uncomfortable because she sleeps with about 5 or 6 different pillows. One for her stomach, one between her legs, one behind her head, one behind her back. It's kind of funny. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and look over, and she starts off on like one spot, and then she'll end up on her back for about 5 seconds, and then immediately roll right back to the side again. I don't really know if this is a craving, but Jen's always eaten a lot of cereal, but over the past couple months, there's been a ridiculous amount of cereal in my house. And I kid you not, we haven't bought cereal in probably 2 weeks. But this is one pantry. And then 2 more boxes of Chex up there and a box of Life cereal up there. Pretty much every night she sits at the kitchen table with a book and eats cereal repetitively over and over and over again. So who's more likely to wake up in the middle of the night with the baby? Obviously, throughout the first couple months with Jen being on maternity leave, she'll be waking up a lot more, but thankfully, you know, our bed's right here, and we have a little crib-like thing right there. And when the baby does finally move out of our room after the first couple months or so, that'd be nice to show the baby's room. Still a little work in progress, but all in all, it's all set up. And we got back from the first baby shower. I got so sick of having everything in my living room, so when Jen was working one day and I was off, I just kind of piled everything up into the closet because I got a little sick of looking at it. Jen will tell you that I like a really, really clean, neat, extremely organized house.
Mr. Clean.
Who's likely to be more strict with the baby? Well, pretty much that's definitely going to be me. I have a pretty secure set of rules around my house, and of course I'm going to be real flexible with most of it, but one rule as the kid starts to grow up, you never ever step foot in this room. Cars are mine, nobody comes out here, no bikes, no nothing. That's what I have the shed for out back, so once the kid comes of age, we'll make those adjustments. Just do not go in the garage. So who picked the baby's name? I'm going to kind of take these 3 questions and kind of lump them in. Who picked the baby's name, the clue of the baby's initials, and who was right about the sex of the baby? So when Jen and I went to the ultrasound and the doctor asked us if we wanted to know what it was, of course we did. And she said, you see these little things here and you see that? And then she announced, and Jen looked over at me and she's like, you're mad, aren't you? And I'm like, no, I'm not really mad, not at all. Baby's a baby. It doesn't really matter to me if it was a boy or a girl. Wouldn't make a difference. As far as initials go, Jen will probably shoot me right about now, but it's going to be MMT will be the initials of the baby. And it was definitely a mutual decision. We had names picked out for both a boy or a girl, so it really didn't matter. We were already pretty much ready to go at that point. Who's more likely to cry with the baby more? Definitely Jen. I'm not emotional. I don't cry. You know, if you ask anybody in my building that I manage, they'll tell you that I pretty much have no heart or soul.
How could
but
you
I
be
think
so
that's just from years of doing what I've been doing. It pretty much just leaves you after a little while. It's a pretty cutthroat business anymore that I work in. You wouldn't really think about it saying it's a grocery business, but trust me, it wears you down quick, and you really harden yourself, and you have to be a lot tougher than you would think you'd have. So who's more likely to ask for pain medication during labor, Jen or myself? It would have to be Jen. I'll probably be standing there with hair in my hand if they would let me do it inside the hospital, but I can't imagine what I would need there. Jen's pretty much going to be the one that's going to need an any type of epidural or anything that she may need, and if she requests it, then that's her choice, and we'll go from there.
Lay down and die, oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive.
How long is Jen going to take off work? Oh, the discussion that's been flying around the house for several months now. She's obviously going to take maternity leave. We've discussed her actually just doing dance and not actually going back to the dealership. We've never really had like a real serious conversation about it, but we definitely talked about it a lot. If she doesn't want to go back to work at all, that's fine. We'll find a way to make it work like we do with everything. That's part of marriage and having a kid. I'm totally okay with it. It's going to be her choice. I just want to make her happy and let her do what she would like to do in that situation. Which one of us is more likely to forget the baby somewhere? Oh God, that'd have to be me. I mean, hands down. I sincerely doubt that the mother of the child is going to forget the child anywhere, but me, yeah, that looks like something I might actually end up doing somewhere down the road. Who's going to enforce the rules of the house? Duh. Duh, me. Who gained more weight during the pregnancy? Seriously, Christy, is that honestly a question that you really even needed to ask? You've known me long enough. I haven't gained a pound since high school.